Our immune system is fortified with a good defense team, B team and T cells, but sometimes the recruits go AWOL. That means absence without authorized leave. How can they leave the defense team? Well, today's program is entitled How to Weaken Your Immunity. So stay by. Hi, welcome to Abundant Living. This is Curtis Akins, and I'd like to introduce my beautiful wife, Paula Akins. You doing all right today, honey?
I'm doing wonderful.
Oh, you're looking mighty good, too.
Thank you.
Praise the Lord.
Now, this is part two.
Part
one.
Yes.
We talked before kind of about the immune system.
Okay.
And I guess the ones that might have missed that, you might want to talk a little bit about, give them a little review.
Okay, just a review. Now, of course, last time we met is how to build a strong immunity. And in that program, we talked about first nutrition therapy, and particularly your fruits and vegetables. They have a high antioxidant content, high anti-cancer content as well. And we're talking about the immune system in relationship to oncology, cancer in particular. But in particular with that, the carotenoids or carotenes. What are those carotenes, honey?
Well, we talked about the carrots and all the yellow and the orange, carotenoid, carrots, orange. And we talked about the squash, and we talked about the scallions and all the tomato family. Everything that's yellow and orange and reds, and even sometimes camouflaged in dark leafy green.
That's right. Okay, so you got the pumpkin, yellow squash, and all those things. Those are pro-vitamin A foods. They will strengthen the immune system. Carrot is number one in that category. Also talked about going to bed at a decent hour. And what time was that, honey?
Before 10 o'clock.
Before 10, yeah, because after 10 things start going downhill. So
10:01 you're in trouble.
Yeah, we need that rest, folks, because when we rest, of course, it builds the immune system, have to fortify it as well. Then also we talked about exercise, walking, because the lymphatic system does not have a pumping action. The heart pumps the blood through the vessels, but the lymphatic system, which also carries the immune cells, does not have a pumping action. So, of course, we have to do that ourselves through walking, brisk walking, preferably in the open air. Also, we talked about the stress factor, having a good positive attitude. And so, again, a lot of people are going through different changes when it comes to cancer, oncology, and hear the news. And then sometimes the fear of it coming back, the recurrence. So again, we want to rely on the Lord that He has our case. So whatever happens, He's in control. Let Him have it, and then just let it stay there with Him, and He will safeguard us, and He will keep us at a calm, peace state of mind.
We also talked about herbal medicine, and you called it a special herb.
Yes, a special herb. It's a Chinese herb called astragalus, and a lot of Chinese doctors, Chinese oncologists over there in China uses this herb quite authoritatively as far as their cancer patients are concerned. And so they use it in conjunction with other herbs, particularly with those who have been going through chemotherapy. It helps to restore their immune system due to that conventional type of treatment. So again, natural remedies are the way to go. Herbal medicine, astragalus, so a lot of things that we can do to strengthen the immune system. But today's program is how to weaken the immune system. Of course, now, to weaken it, just don't do the things we just mentioned. We can go into the kitchen.
Well, I think that the main thing is let's go ahead on once again and talk about what foods will actually weaken the immune system.
Okay, so this is what you don't need to do, folks, how to weaken the immunity. Now, of course, there's been a lot of clinical studies on how the immunity can be suppressed or depressed. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition had an article on as far as certain foods that will simply depress the immune system. Now you have the fatty foods, the fried foods. Fried foods will cause free radicals. And free radicals is not good to enhance the immune system. It simply weakens the immune system. So fried foods, fatty foods, also foods that come from the animal kingdom. It has arachidonic acid and saturated fat and cholesterol. All those type of properties simply suppress the immune system. So we want to go to a plant-based source. So that's how to weaken the immune system. But one more thing I want to zero in on when it comes to nutrition therapy, and that is SUGAR. Sugar. I know I just hurt someone's feeling with that, but folks, truth must be told. Sugar depresses the immune system. Let's go to our first graphic and let's see how sugar can depress the immune system. Now, sugar, 0 teaspoons, where our germs can be eaten, 14 germs can be eaten if one does not take any refined sugars at all right, consumed. But now, if we take in 6 teaspoons of sugar, that's about 1 can of Coke or 1 brownie, then only 10 germs can be eaten or engulfed by the white blood cells within 30 minutes. Now, let's drop down to 12 teaspoons. That's about 2 cans of Coke or 2 brownies. Then our immune system can only engulf only 5 germs in 30 minutes. 16 teaspoons, 3 brownies or 3 Cokes, it can only engulf 2 germs within 30 minutes. But now 24 teaspoons of sugar, which is about approximately 4 cans of Coke, and these are 12 ounces, or 4 brownies approximately, the white blood cells, the macrophages, the big eaters, can only engulf in 30 minutes 1 germ just by the sugar intake. So therefore, thank you for that graphic, therefore to weaken our immunity, we must increase our sugar content, refined sugars. That's how we can weaken our immunity.
I know that people have said to me things like, I got a cold, or I got the flu. And we've also told them about, let's kind of go back and figure out what it was that might have caused you to have a cold, not just the cold air outside. And one of the things they will say to me is that I ate too much sweets. And so that's incredible. When you talk about the germ factor, the fact that the macrophages actually can only eat up so many germs, so then the more sugar we have, then the less germs it can eat, which means it winds up making us sick.
So our immune system is now suppressed. Therefore, that's how we can weaken our immune system. Very profound.
And that sugar's everywhere.
Now, of course, you don't have to drink the Coke or eat the brownie. Of course, sugar, like you said before, refined sugars is in a lot of your fast food, baked goods, and those kind of things. So again, that's why on Abundant Living programs on 3ABN, we're not using a lot of refined sugars, but sugars naturally come into the plant kingdom in the form of fruit.
We had on a show talking about sugars. And once again, I love to go to stores and read those labels. And there was an apple crisp in the store. And the apple crisp, when I looked on that label, it had on there fructose, corn syrup solids, corn syrup, dextrose, maltose, galactose, and then it said corn syrup solids. Now, that one fructose. And we brought this up before because people call on the phone and they'll ask me, I noticed that you use fructose or Florida crystals on a program. Exactly, you know, when they say high fructose corn syrup, isn't that the same thing? Fructose is a fruit sugar, derived from the fruit. But when you see the word high fructose corn syrup, that's actually fruit sugar with regular sugar added. Now you're talking about impounding on the problem. And so in one item, you can have about 5 to 6 different sugars, and they just move them around because they don't want you to know, is it the higher the amount of whatever they're using, it has to be the first ingredient. So they don't want you to know all that sugar.
So they spread it out.
So they spread it out with all different kind of names. So by the time you put and collect them all together, basically the entire item is more sugar.
And the immune system is weakened by that. So that's how we can do it.
Yes.
So today's program is what you don't need to do.
What you don't need to do.
What you don't need to do.
Now, you made a comment about that rest. So what if a person doesn't really want to go to bed at 10 o'clock?
Well, now there's a problem with that, and I think we have a Bible text. Let's look at the Bible text, and we're going to talk about that Bible text. Let's go to our next graphic at this time. Stay up late. This is how we can, again, weaken our immunity. Psalms 127, verse 2, NIV. Succinctly put, folks, here it is. In vain you rise early and stay up late. I'll just succinctly put, rise up early and stay up late. Mm-hmm. Now, we talked about how to strengthen the immunity by going to bed not past 10 o'clock, preferably before that. But now, to weaken the immunity, of course, it's just the opposite, staying up late. And we said before, when we stay up late, then, of course, the immune system doesn't have a chance to regenerate itself. It has to have proper sleep, the body. Otherwise, it's going to be behind the game, and of course, the immune system will be compromised. So staying up late, and they did a study, and this is interesting. This is in a medical journal called Psychosomatic Medicine, where they took some volunteers, and they deprived them of 1/2 of their time, sleeping time was deprived. Okay. So if they slept 8 hours, they only gave them 4 hours of sleep for one single night. The next day, they checked their blood. The natural killer cells had decreased by 30% in one single night of not getting proper sleep, just 1/2. And those natural killer cells did not come up to its normalcy until they had a peaceful, restful sleep. One night's sleep, half the time that you normally sleep, natural killer cells, so those are powerful cells that will simply attack cancer cells, dropped 30%. So again, how to weaken your immunity? Stay up late, watch TV, and eat sugary foods.
Well, while we're on the subject of sweet stuff, how about drinking?
Oh, well, now drinking, of course, there's a study done, several studies done on alcohol. And when one ingests alcohol, alcohol also suppresses and decreases the natural killer cells and also the white blood cells. So again, it drops drastically by alcohol consumption. So again, we want to be careful as far as alcohol consumption. Now, of course, on Abundant Living and 3ABN, we're not even talking moderation, folks. 0, zip, nada. That means nothing, all right? Because we don't need that. And we need the fresh juice of the grape. Unfermented, that's fine, but not fermented kind. So, but now we have one more graph before we go into the kitchen, honey. And it's talking about God's Word. God's Word has something to say about how to also weaken our immunity. This is profound. Let's go to our last graphic at this time. Get depressed, trying to weaken our immunity. Proverbs 17:22, excuse me. It says this, a cheerful heart is good medicine, but, here's the flip side, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Thank you for that graphic. Now, this is interesting. We have to look at anatomy and physiology. Why does the Bible say that a crushed spirit dries up the bones? As we said before in our last program, white blood cells, the B cells, are manufactured in the bones, the bone marrow. Produces a lot of fluid. If we are depressed, and therefore we have a negative, pessimistic attitude, it decreases our white blood cells. And since white blood cells has a lot of fluid, then our bones literally dry up. So that text is scientifically sound. Therefore, to have a weakened immunity, get depressed and stay that way. All right? Have a bad attitude, and that will also weaken our immunity. There was a study done in Lancet magazine where they even checked the blood of those who were just lost their mates, either husbands or wives who just passed away, and their white blood cell and natural killer cells was decreased drastically because of that event of a lost loved one. So again, to weaken the immunity, get depressed, get stressed out. But now, we don't want to do that, but so therefore, this is like a catch-22. So everything we're saying in this program, don't do.
Well, what you want to do then is catch the first program and make sure you get...
program. So both programs really go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand.
But the recipe is different on this program.
That's right.
Because on this program, we're actually going to do a fresh fruit tart. Get your paper and your pencil and meet us in the kitchen.
Would you like to learn more about preparing healthful vegetarian dishes? If so, then you want to be sure to order our free Abundant Living resource sheet. It contains useful information about products and cookbooks that will help you to learn more about this natural way of cooking. Along with your order, we would also like to include a free copy of the booklet, The Natural Way to Keep in Shape. This 20-page booklet is filled with tips that will help you to develop a total lifestyle approach to health. To receive both the Abundant Living resource sheet and The Natural Way to Keep in Shape, call us at 800-752-3226 during regular business hours. Call and ask for this special offer today.
Welcome back. We're going to go to this recipe, which is a fresh fruit tart. You're going to need 1 cup of walnuts, a half a cup of dates, a half a teaspoon of vanilla flavoring, 1 cup of rolled oats, cooking spray, and for the filling, 1 cup of silken tofu extra firm, a half a cup of vanilla flavoring, 1 package of Morinu vanilla pudding mix, and for our toppings, fresh fruit like blueberries and kiwi and mandarin orange.
Okay.
Well, this is all the things you were talking about.
Yes.
We're going to have some real good. This is a fresh fruit tart. It is so pretty and it's so delicious, using all natural sugars.
No refined sugars.
Nope. I'm going to really start off with putting in the things to make that tart crust, which calls for the dates and the walnuts, and then I'm going to put in the vanilla, and I'm going to end with the oats. Okay.
You're my date.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to put this in. This date in.
Oh, that date, not you.
And I'm going to put in these walnuts.
Okay.
Okay? And then I'm going to put the vanilla.
Now that's alcohol free?
Yes.
Just checking.
All right? And then we're going to end up with the oats.
Have you made this for me anytime?
I've had this a couple times.
Oh, yes, okay.
I'm not sure where you were when we all started eating it.
I mean, was I at home?
Yes, you were.
Oh, okay.
All right? And the dates are wet, so they help to, it's going to be like a crumble, okay?
So now this is going to be the crust?
This is the crust. Normally, I put this in a food processor because it responds a lot better.
You want to put it in here?
Well, I might have to let's just go one more time.
Okay.
Okay. All righty. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's move it over to number 2 place. Aha.
Plan 2.
Plan 2. When in doubt, always have all. You can see, look at it's crumbling right there.
Yes,
look at that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move it over.
Now, I was supposed to use this for my
And
part of the recipe.
it's not going to be a problem. You know why? Because the filling you're going to do in that's going to go in the same thing also.
I can put everything in here together then.
No, not in this.
Not in there.
I'm making the crust first.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And make sure I get all the goodies.
All the goodies. It's going to be a nice crust.
Nice crust.
Okay.
Now, what you want to do is put that top on and let's spin it around in your container. Okay. Let's see. So much better.
So much better. Use your food processor, folks.
And okay, we're gonna take a little bit of spray, and we're gonna just spray the tart pan. Okay. And
now
let's
that's
open
the cooking spray.
This is the cooking spray.
Should we go it one more time, or that's enough? You think?
Let me look at my texture.
All right. What do you think, honey?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
You'll get it at the end. Okay. Let's go ahead on
All
and
right. We're gonna
put it in there. Hold that little top.
hold the little top.
Okay.
Be a nice crust here.
Yes, you can just take that out of there, and let me get all the goodies, all the goodies, all the goodies. Okay.
There we go.
And I want some of this.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And that you're going to use that same food processor because you're going to make the topping for that.
Oh, that's right.
It's not a problem at all. Okay. Got everything off of there. You got it?
Yeah, I think
Is
so.
it locked? No, baby.
This is not
No,
our
baby.
processor, so
No,
I'm
baby.
kind of, oh. I'm so glad you're with me today.
And then that goes on top. And then we need to clean up a little bit here.
Clean up a little bit.
Okay, then you're going to go ahead on, I'm going to start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start flattening down, making my tart. Look at that.
Okay.
Ooh, this is so good. This is so good.
Fruit tart.
While I'm doing this, I'm going to move it around the sides. While I'm doing this, you can start putting that tofu
Okay.
and everything into
We're using the, I can't turn this
Morinu.
sideways,
That's
but
the
the
Morinu.
Morinu tofu. This is
Extra
the extra
firm.
firm Morinu tofu. Putting this in first, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And then we'll talk just a little bit about the next ingredient is the Putty Mate mix.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
while
this is the Morinu Mate Putty Mate mix, again by the same company, and they have vanilla and also lemon. They have another flavor too that we're not going to discuss on Abundant Living, so don't ask. This is low fat and dairy free, and it's very good. No refined sugars too, by the way.
No refined sugar.
So this is going in.
As a matter of fact, it's vegan.
Yes, it's vegan.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're gonna put all the fruit in
No,
all
no, no.
at once.
We're going to
or
put
just
the lid on that.
put the lid on.
That fruit's for something
Let
totally
it
different.
spin.
All right.
Let's do the sides here a little bit.
Because you want to make it smooth. This one, you want to make
Nice
it smooth
and
texture.
smooth.
Yeah.
Okay. Spin it one more time.
Now, how's that looking?
I think it's looking pretty good, baby.
Let's see.
Do you
No, we need a little bit
do you
more.
want me to
Let's-
taste this?
Not right now.
Oh, not right now.
Keep
okay.
on saying it. Not right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And now that's spinning on high, honey?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Okay,
Look
it's
at that
getting smoother
consistency. Okay.
Now, those who want to purchase the Morinu and the Lemon Mate mix and Vanilla Mate mix, they're now at your regular grocery stores. And so you can also purchase them online, the Morinu
Absolutely.
website, too.
Absolutely. Yes.
They're not available in your location.
If you give me that spoon, a larger spoon right over here, and we're going to just take this, and we're going to put this inside of our tart shell. And you know, tarts are very, very thin. They're not
Yes.
real thick. They have a nice thin layer because we're going to put on top of this that fresh fruit. And now, why don't you show them that fresh fruit we have over there?
Okay, let
we're
me
going
just
to
move
put
this
on.
out the way first.
Thank you. And you can.
So we have here, I believe these are blueberries, correct?
Yes.
Okay, very good. This fruit is here is kiwi.
Kiwi.
Kiwi, that's correct. And mandarin oranges.
Yes.
Is it part of the orange family?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I think that's it.
That's what we're going to put on top.
Okay.
You can actually put any kind of your favorite fruits on top of this, fresh fruits on top of this, and our time is moving, is it not?
Now, should I take that out so you can get all the goodies out?
If I take this out, Curtis, are you going to actually be kind and give me that top like you're supposed to?
I would be kind.
Okay.
Okay. You want to get all of this?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You want to get all the goodies out, folks. We want to not weaken the immune system, although that's the topic of today's program. We want to really strengthen it. So
And give me that one, and this. Let me just go ahead and get this last part out here.
okay.
All right. Okay. We're going to put this, the last part of this in, and we're going to take our spoon and we're going to move it around in this dish.
Now, do you have to bake this or
No,
just?
it's
Okay.
actually, believe it or not, it's ready to go.
Oh.
Well,
okay.
once you put the fruit sauce on
Yes.
top of it.
Okay.
We're going to put the fruit on
So
it.
now, just put the fruit on and what? Chill it for.
For about at
30
least an
minutes?
hour, at least an hour.
hour?
It needs to chill for about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
And
This is easy.
very easy, very, very simple.
Right.
It does need to harden, like I said. It will, because the vanilla mix will do that. All right. And we're going to actually take our break again, and we're going to bring this back at the end of the program with the fresh fruit all on top of it.
Should we put it on now or
No, no.
what till we?
Now, I want to surprise them at the end.
You have to stay then.
So stay by.
Would you like to learn more about preparing healthful vegetarian dishes? If so, then you want to be sure to order our free Abundant Living resource sheet. It contains useful information about products and cookbooks that will help you to learn more about this natural way of cooking. Along with your order, we would also like to include a free copy of the booklet, The Natural Way to Keep in Shape. This 20-page booklet is filled with tips that will help you to develop a total lifestyle approach to health. To receive both the Abundant Living resource sheet and The Natural Way to Keep in Shape, call us at 800-752-3226 during regular business hours. Call and ask for this special offer today.
Well, it's been accomplished.
Yes. Welcome
We've got
back.
the fresh fruit on there.
Fresh fruit.
And
Blueberries.
it does have to sit once again for at least a couple hours in the refrigerator to firm up.
Okay.
And then it's ready.
I don't know if this will
be
last a couple hours
consumed.
in our home.
It will not last a couple, well, I'm going to actually, when the program's over, I'm going to run off with it so that I can make sure that we hold on until the last
I'm
minute.
going to run off with you.
But it has, once again, oats and dates as the
Yes.
crust. It also has the Morinu silken tofu along
Okay.
with the vanilla mate mix. And then it has the blueberries, the kiwi, and the mandarin oranges.
Wonderful. Now, we cover both programs, how to build a strong immunity and how to weaken your immunity. And, of course, you want to build a strong immunity, and that's what it's all about. So, again, this is wonderful. Now, I guess it's not set yet. You say 2 hours before it's ready to eat.
Didn't I say that?
Oh, I was just checking. All right.
Okay.
Well, as always, John 10:10, Jesus said, I come, that they might have life and have it more abundantly. See you next time.